Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Prismata. It's been a while since I played any ranked or recorded anything. I did get a couple of games in earlier today to warm up, but I anticipate, I don't know, being a bit rusty, perhaps? Oh good, well, we should lose this game, no problem. Easy. Pretty good red-blue stuff here. Like, there's decent soak, which you could perhaps use to defend a Shadow Fang kind of thing. I'd really love to be able to get Shadow Fang. It's that or Hellhounds, and like, if you get a second blue, you get rewarded with Bombarder, which is nuts. I think actually Bombarder may just be too much pressure for Shadow Fang to put up with. Yeah. Yeah, so we start with like Tarsiers and Hounds, and then like a Doomed Wall or something to defend, and we try to squeeze in a second Blast Forge somehow. Shredders will help defend if we, I don't know. I'm interested to see what he does, actually. Okay. No conduit, I imagine. Fastimus, okay. It's a little bit tough to get Hounds with Fastimus, isn't it? Such an awkward, like, very small number of drones to have here. But I think it's worth it. Yeah, okay. This is a normal player 2 opening for red blue, so there you go. He doesn't really want to build a Rhino. He doesn't really want to build a wall, so this Hellhound is bothering him a bit. Wow, straight into Bombarders, huh? That surprises me. Really? Are they that good? What if I, like, tried to get a Shredder? Shredder is not... I mean, it means he wouldn't be able to attack with his Bombarder next turn. He could build Bombarder Rhino, actually, and punish it pretty hard, so that seems not great. Okay, he clearly thinks Bombarder is great here. I hope to show that Doomed Wall is enough to stand up against it, and in the meantime I just have more attack. More permanent attack. This drone is pretty pushy, I think. I'm gonna need a lot of defense quite soon. I mean, I guess a wall does it, right? But then what? I can't build 2 Tarsiers. I can barely build 1. So maybe I cut the drone. And next turn I can, like, Doomed Wall, Tarsier, Nitrocide. Does he hold all his attack against Doomed Wall? He might, actually. So maybe it's just Wall and 2 Tarsiers? That seems like an okay middle ground. He doesn't really want to hold all his attack against that, but he doesn't really want to spend it all either. Or maybe the 2 Rhinos is a bit greedy as well. Or two Tarsiers is probably greedy. Maybe it should be like Rhino Nitrocide. Because these Bombarders are going to put on a lot of pressure. I have more, like, permanent attack that I'm not buying every turn. But I'm gonna have to live through a lot of Bombarders, and that's gonna be kind of hard. I don't know, I guess if he's buying Bombarders, he's not buying Okay, he just wanted one for the bigger absorb, I guess? Interesting. These nitricides were defensive nitricides. I didn't expect that. Now Doomed Wall is actually good. Although a bit on the expensive side, it must be said. Hey, yeah. Even though he's losing these, the Doomed Wall is still getting good value. And I can go back to Hellhounds next turn, probably. Interesting to see him taking his foot off the gas with the Bombarders. Is that really worth? It's gonna hit me pretty hard, I guess, like this next turn, but this is my Doomed Wall tempo turn, so... Seems like I can just kind of not defend that much and attack him some more. I could try something a little bit more defensive, like build a Rhino instead of both of these, or... Hang on, so he's attacking for at least 5? Actually, if I build a Doomed Wall, he's gonna hold back. He might even hold back when I do this, right? Because this is his first Bombarder click only does 2 damage instead of 3. And he's gonna be kind of hard pressed to defend. This is okay, I think. Whoops. Okay, well, it is getting scary. He has as much attack as I do and more drones. So I'm not very happy right now. In fact, I think I kind of just lose, but we'll see. Oh yeah, super lose, right? Okay. Like, I knew I wanted to get Bombarders. They're good. But it seemed more important to start with Hellhounds, and after I did that, I never could get more drones. How do I don't usually have to bother because nobody messages me, but... Okay, yeah, like, I don't know. I guess this is a case where I should have set an economy goal size ahead of time, right? I knew that I was going to want some defense. You know, Doomed Wall, Shredder, Bombarder, these all support that. Which means a moderate number of drones, not super low. Something like, I don't know, 15, 16 maybe. And therefore, like, this turn 3 is clearly wrong, right? I did this because it's like a good Hellhound thing, and I was like, oh, I'll just build Hellhounds into something else. But this is too few drones. So maybe I could have gotten away with this if, like, instead of Tarsiers, I had built, like, Nitricide and kept droning. That's sort of what he did, right? Is he built Nitricides with his early red. I don't know. But I think it would have been maybe better to just let him get the first, you know, just build some more drones this turn, plus, say, an Animus to build Nitricides with or something. Drone up a bit more so that I can actually get enough drones to support 2 blast forges and, you know, also actually get 2 blast forges. Because that was what I wanted, but it isn't what I did. Just like as soon as I bought this tech, I was committed to building attackers with it, and by delaying like half a turn, my opponent got the bombarders going, which, you know, was what this game was actually about. I'm surprised he never found time to build any doomed walls. Like, I guess he got one eventually, but it took forever. I'm not sure why. Alright, well, moving on. Junk mail. I've played this guy once or twice, I think. Was he the one who I Tatsu rushed? I don't know. I don't think he was, actually. Oh, base plus 10 and so much going on. In the sense that there's just a lot of units and I can't evaluate everything. Obviously green looks good, but like, what green? Is it Zamora? Can you pressure down a Zamora player with like Plasma Fires or Blood Rager and Tia or something? There's not like that much amazing defense that a Zamora player has available, right? And so if you can build like Blood Rager into Tia, it seems to me that you might do pretty well against someone going for Zamora. I always, though, underestimate Tantalum Ray. They put on pressure very quickly because they're kind of like 2 attack for 7 green, in a way. They're not nearly that good, but they can feel that way. You don't really have much excuse to go for anything high econ here except Zamora, which is not really much of an excuse. So, I don't know, Sentinel, Urban Sentry, these are kind of slowish things. But I think I'd rather just be in a position to build Blood Rager into Tia. Something like this. Boy, suddenly we're playing real fast. A Gauss Cannon here would make him Rhino, but he doesn't really mind doing that anyway. I could build a wall. Oh, actually, Enervy Field is pretty good against Blood Rager because it actually gets value from you not attacking it. So we can get a Rhino, and let's say a Sentinel. Well, I don't want to attack for any more than 3 next turn. 3 is plenty, right? Oh, I see. He wants to Tia first, and I always miss it. So I probably should not allow this. I was thinking like this is kind of just an Enervy Field setup, which would be fine. But I think I should just build a Tia. Like, he's not really set up to defend it, I don't think. Is counter Tia good for him? No, it would be his only tech. So he'd have, like, 6 health, plus maybe a Rhino is 8. Yeah, I think this is fine. If he wants to try to defend with Enervy Fields, he's welcome to do so. I feel like his only play is counter Tia, and I think that loses, but I didn't figure it out for sure. Okay, well, that was a pretty boring game. I don't know, what is there even to look at? It could have gotten much more exciting. I guess, I don't know. Against someone who was defending a bit more, the the play would have been Blood Raider, I think, into then maybe Tia. But when he goes like red first, he really exposes himself quite a bit. And then he doubles down by like adding on a second conduit, which is basically saying he wants to Tia me. But he doesn't get there first, making the conduit a pretty poor investment. I almost missed it, you know, as I often do. But yeah, he just... When Tia is a threat, you need to be prepared to defend it. And going for like a bunch of red right away is not the way to do that. Tobal 007. I believe a new opponent for me. Base plus 10. Blue looks pretty good. There's a lot of like cheap ways to spend 2 or 3 blue. There's not really any great Antima synergies. You could centrifuge into a Lucina without having to commit to the extra red, provided you can find something useful to do with the blue on the centrifuge turn. That's better than just buying an Animus. And, you know, with Manticore and Oride Core and Oxide Mixer, you should be able to spend your excess blue. I'd really like Bombarders, of course. Like, I want all this stuff. That's the thing. You always want all the stuff. I don't want Antima Comet. And I don't think Sinestra's that realistic. So, nor Zamora. I think if you Zamora, you should lose to, like, Lucina, basically. But I'm still not really sure what I'm actually going to buy here. Like, the biggest absorber is Bombarder, which is, you know, it takes a while to get there, so you're going to be on wall economy for quite a while. I don't know. I think you get, like, Blast Forge and Oxide Mixers and just keep droning for a while. Maybe Oride Core and Steel Splitter at some point, on like a turn where you have 2 blue, and then you can Manticore with that 2 blue, and like in the meantime you haven't spent a lot of money to go with your blue, and you can drone some more. But I would really like to get Lucina. I feel like she is supportable by the centrifuge. You might, I suppose, lose to Sinestra's if you do that. But I don't think... I don't know. Sinestra's pretty hard to buy, too. So I think I'm just going to go blue first. Get some Oxide Mixers. Nice and slow. Keep droning. Kinetic Driver, huh? What's that all about? I mean, you can get me to wall, I guess, but I'm not super sad about that. So at this point, I could build the centrifuge. And I think I could get a Lucina from that. I think I'll have enough money that I can like buy an Animus 2 turns from now and build a Lucina. I think that would be good. So I'm gonna try to do that. And I think an Oxide Mixer here is better than like an Oride Core. You could Oride Core and like plan to Steel Splitter next turn or something, would be the idea. So next turn I might have to build some engineers because he threatens to get a Sinestra 2 turns from now. But I'm not too concerned about that. So I have, what, 15 income? I can build an Animus next turn, and I'll just have to float, like, a few bucks. I really would like to get Steel Splitter next turn, actually, because that makes it very cheap to get, to spend my excess blue on Manticore. Yeah. So maybe I should get the Splitter now? Or an Oride Core. Because then I'll have a bit more money available when I'm building my Manticores and spending all my blue. Yeah, okay. We'll just get the quiet little Oride Core here. And I guess I could have built the Animus since I'm committed to building one next turn and I'm floating 6. But I don't know. So I need to float some money next turn for sure. But it doesn't have to be too much, I think. Because I'd like to have like 25, basically, maybe 26. And that includes an Oride Core click, right? Because if I can build Manticore, Lucina, Wall, I'll be pretty happy. He'll be attacking for... what? 6? Yeah. So... Lucina, Manticore, Wall. I still have an Engineer to spare. And that's 17, 20, 25. I'll actually have 27, though. So I think I should get one more drone. I was thinking of not buying that so I have like a little bit of flex for force fields in here, but I don't think he can possibly add more than 3 attack next turn, so I don't need to worry about that. Like, it's just Sinestra plus nothing is his attacker. Oxide Mixer, of course, was, you know, I was expecting something like that, but that doesn't attack until next turn anyway. Bombarder's coming, sure. But I don't mind that too much. Especially if it means he's not getting the Sinestra. Like, if you can buy a Sinestra, you buy a Sinestra, right? There's like a law about that, I think. I don't know about this. This doesn't seem very good at all. I'm pleased I only had to float 3 to actually get a Sinestra and spend all my money. I sort of had to float this Oride Core for a turn. I had to build it when there was no attack for it. I don't even have to build the wall, which is great. I don't know, Oxide Mixer? I could build another Blast Forge to start getting Bombarders, but... is that good? I didn't expect to have this luxury. I mean, we're attacking for 6. He certainly can Bombarder if he wants. Then he'll be attacking for 5, which a wall defends, I guess, right? So maybe I can get away with this. I'll quickly be able to sink my red into Lucina stuff, and that'll let me buy a second Blast Forge for Bombarders, which I would love to have. Ooh, he gets to add both? I should have noticed that. Well, I'm glad I have some green lying around, huh? How much money did he float to get this? Not that much, I guess. 12, 8, yeah, 20, 21. He had 22 bucks? So he must have floated 7, actually. I probably should have looked and noticed that. It's quite a conspicuous play. I could click the Oride core to let me, like, I don't know, buy another engineer if I want to, like, give him an engineer in exchange for getting one myself. I don't know which one of us is under the most pressure, though. I think I'll be okay just keeping the engineer. Cashes in the kinetic driver a little early, denies me the bombarder. Fine. But if he's not actually attacking with his bombarder, it's like not great. Yeah, he holds back drone to keep Rhino alive, so only actually attacking for 7. Since I can't click the perforator. I could actually attack for like 5? Or 4, I guess? What's going on? I want to attack for 5, I think. That's this? Makes him lose a Rhino. I don't know. It doesn't seem that good. I should just attack with everything. 7 is making him lose the drone. But I certainly am having some trouble defending. I don't really have enough tech, you know? I'd like a replacement Animus. My Lucina looks pretty stupid right now. Six is the amount he wants me to attack for, so I'm not going to do that. 5's a little weird, but he doesn't super mind. Well, I didn't anticipate how little Lucina value I would get with one Animus that gets sniped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. I mean, yeah? I don't really have time to rebuy that Animus, honestly. What if I attacked for, like, almost nothing? 3? No, that doesn't deny him any value. So I don't think that's a good way to get my Animus back. My main advantage is that his bombarders are not permanent attack. I have substantially more permanent attack, even if you ignore the perforator since it can't attack anymore. But he has a lot better tech, and he's able to buy bombarders with it, which is pretty serious for me. But he's having to hold them back to defend, so that's good. Here I can attack for at most 9. I think I would rather attack for 8. Ooh, wow, really? Yeah, this way you get 1 absorb instead of 3 absorb, though. It's costing you a lot to do this. But it you know, it could actually be worth it because it means he can defend with his bombarder without costing himself attack. Yeah, so the idea is I can attack for at most 9 because I don't have the perforator right. And that kills everything. Wait, maybe I should just attack for 9. I was thinking, or attack for 8. Right, attacking for 8 kills everything but the drone. If I attack, oh no, sorry, 9 kills everything. 8 leaves the drone alive but kills a rhino. Man, this is... I just don't have enough tech. If I attack for 7, it's a bit awkward for him. The only way to defend that is what exactly? Keep the Rhino alive. Yeah. Losing wall drone. I don't think I really want to do that. I think I should just kill the drone and the Rhino, right? I could click the Oride core to let me build Animus instead of... Yeah, but... God, red would be so good. Because of Lucina. But, like, I think I need things... I don't have the money for it, really. And, the Perforator, like, comes more slowly than Force Fields do. Like, I really, really need those Force Fields. I don't appreciate all these bombarders he's getting. Is he attacking with the right one? It keeps the most pressure on me to attack with the high stamina one, but it would let him actually defend with Bombarder without costing himself anything if he were clicking the other. So, I don't know. Right now, he can only keep 2 health alive, which is impossible. So, clearly we don't do anything. We just make him absorb for too little on a Bombarder. I definitely do not feel winning here, though. I don't know. Maybe I should... Oof. Can he really Sinestra? Really, really, really? I hope not. I was just saying I should regard these bombarders as like not really permanent attack, and then like I'm just sort of he's making me sort of over defend for a little while. On the other hand, like it's kind of tough here. I'm not killing any attack, so what exactly am I doing? And I just lost my Oxide Mixer. I need to threaten more somehow. Maybe now's my chance to get that Animus in? It threatens more immediately. It lets me start converting drones. I think I need to try that. I also thought about clicking for a kinetic driver. Here he loses 1 attack, so this is fine. I actually should click this since I'm wasting the red otherwise. I have to force field early, but that's easily worth it. God, that's so much attack. And then he's gonna have, you know, Bombarders defending. I still have no idea who's winning. I feel okay. I have a lot more real attack, as I have all game. But he has these Bombarders who, like, turn into defenders to give him a chance to buy more attackers, you know? So, what are this guy's badges, anyway? So that is a tough achievement, indeed. And he's a master, and he played since Kickstarter. Why don't I remember him at all? I don't know. Mystery. He's not losing any attack here, and I can't build any more walls, which is sort of a problem for me. So I could hold the Perforator. And finally get my own fucking Bombarder. Pardon my French. Okay, that seems pretty good. Hang on. Is there some... I need to figure out what I should do about his defenses here. Right now he's keeping 3 health alive, which is just a wall. Or drone force field, actually. Is there some way I could make him lose the drone? No, because... Yeah, he's granular enough that I don't have anything clever. Yeah. I don't know how soon I'll be able to actually click my bombarders. They may be serving as a defender for a while. I'd really like to click them. They're threatening him a lot. And you know what? As long as it's killing a rhino, it's probably fine. Although actually I think it wouldn't be. Yeah, he's keeping the rhino even if I click here. I can't attack for all this that I have, so... Yeah, and since I'm not allowed to build any walls, it is sort of optimistic to be talking about clicking Bombarder, isn't it? Well, let's say I did. I'd be fine, right? Yeah, give me another. Cool. Lucina's too good. That was the graph should be, well, they actually, it looks pretty normal, but it was in fact, like, I don't know, a tough game where I was not sure what was going on at all. Bombarders are just like so much pressure, and then like he gets all the tempo from defending. I really wanted them, but after the Lucina, there wasn't really time. I didn't think about the fact that he could punish, he could snipe an Animus with Kinetic Driver, and in fact my Centrifuge would have been truly awful if I had built my Animus a turn sooner because he could snipe it. So maybe that's what this was about, was, like, I don't know, I guess he hadn't seen me build Centrifuge yet, but... Kinetic Driver here seems so weird, because wall is not a big deal to build. I wonder if he saw, like, sniping Animus against Lucina that far ahead. But anyway, I was saying, hey look, I'm floating 6 gold. I could have just bought the Animus this turn. But actually he would have killed it and I couldn't get the Lucina. So it's a good thing I didn't. And... I don't know, this... Oh, he floated 6, not 7. I miscounted somewhere. Oh, yeah, I said he has 16 income, but he doesn't. He has 15 income and $1. Okay. I don't know about sniping the Animus when you, like, next turn, yes, definitely do snipe Animus. It seems pretty good. This turn, I don't know, was it worth it? Maybe. It denied me the Bombarder. I guess that was the idea, is like, I look like I'm setting up for Bombarders, and that would be a real problem for him, so maybe it's worth sacrificing the damage to do that early. Is there some way that I could have, like, gotten that Animus back any sooner? Obviously it was possible. I could have, like, clicked Oride Core and built Animus instead of Conduit. But I was under so much pressure from the Bombarders that I was going to need force fields right away. I said this during the game. I just didn't think I had time to do the slow Animus thing. Later, I eventually found the time because he was unable to continue the bombarder train. And so the excess defenses I had lying around eventually built up enough that I could get an Animus. You don't often see an Animus appear in the middle of a bunch of other units, right? Like, I don't know. On the left of a Tarsier, it's just a weird one, right? Basically, the first time you buy an Animus, any unit, its position is fixed at that time, and it lives there for the rest of the game, right? So I bought like an Oride Core, and now Oride Cores are to the left of everything that would go over here, for example. If you buy the splitter first and then Oride Core, then the splitter's over here. And even if all your splitters die and you later rebuy a splitter, it goes in the same spot. And the Animus just did that here, but it's just not something you see very often. Actually, I don't know. I don't understand the rules at all, because the Perforator went to the left of Manticore. Like, I understand units have fixed positions, I thought, but why was the Perforator's position chosen to be left? Like, they always put Pixies on the right, I think. So maybe there is, like, some sort of priority ordering of units where it, like, puts the ones you most want to click on the edges or something. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't super matter. I was just surprised to see that Animus appear in the middle of nowhere. I don't know. I was glad to get a Lucina win again. I still don't feel very good with Lucina. And actually made use of the Centrifuge. That was a big... Something, when I'm buying Centrifuge, right? Like, to get, let's say, Lucina in this example. It's like, okay, Lucina lets you get... Oh, sorry, Centrifuge lets you get Lucina without committing to 2 Animuses. Isn't that lovely? And... and it's true. You don't have 4 red to spend for the rest of the game. But Centrifuge is actually, like, only a tiny bit cheaper than Animus, and you have to buy it several turns ahead, right? So, in order to get value from Centrifuge into something like Lucina, you can't just spend the red or whatever. You need to actually spend all of the tech, and that can actually be quite hard now that Centrifuge only produces 3 gold and not 8 or whatever it was, 10, I don't know. And, you know, with the old one, it was kind of easy to be like, oh, I'm going to have so much money that turn, I can buy a Lucina and, you know, 2 splitters and a wall or something like that. It's harder now with the current Centrifuge cost, or, yeah, cost, outcome, whatever. But I was glad that, you know, here there were so many good blue sinks, which I mentioned early. I didn't think about the fact that they were going to be important for the Centrifuge turn so much as just like it'll be a way to use your blue while you keep droning enough that you can support Lucina and Bombarders. But then I thought ahead long enough to the Centrifuge turn and found a way to spend it all, including this Oride Core, which I felt pretty clever about. I had to see that a fair ways in advance. And it didn't get a lot of value, like I only clicked it that one time and then later here, but yeah, okay, cool. Well, an interesting game. My opponent declined to Centrifuge and went for Sinestra instead. Made it easier to get Bombarders. Yeah, I don't know. He made some tactical errors. He could well have won. He could well have had the winning strategy. I'm not sure either way, but definitely put me under some pressure. So well done there. Okay, ticket complete. Hooray! And that will do it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.